No, sir.
I have not pushed my button yet, so hopefully some mic somewhere was picking me up. Okay. All right. So that's the order on that one. Well, it would have been proper for either one of the parties to call you up to speak, but we're kind of past that now. I don't want to take, if Mr. McElhaney wants to call you up here, I don't want to take his right away from somebody for him to have somebody to speak here. So if Mr. McElhaney wants you to come up here, that's fine with me.
I would like for Mr. Bob to come up, please.
Okay. Come on.
Thank you, I appreciate it. My name is Robert Wisniewski. I live at 426 Northwest, 233rd Terrace.
I assume in this neighborhood?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm Matt and Kim's neighbor right across the street. I understand rules. I understand ordinances. I'm not here to address that. I understand that there's a place and time for that to be addressed and changed if needed. And for what it matters, and it matters to me, I just want to, I've lived in the neighborhood probably 8 years. I see Matt and Kim all the time, coming and going. The boat does come and go. I will just say for me, it's not an eyesore. I'm speaking more to their character, I would say. And I mean, not that this body has any issue with that. I'm sure there's not anything personal. Ms. Moreau has come out to my home and helped me with some trees in the backyard that were an issue at one time. So I appreciate what this body does. I just want to speak to their character. They're good neighbors. You couldn't ask for finer people next door. They keep their property up. They are great to their kids. They lived there before I moved into the neighborhood. And I just felt compelled to come up and just speak to their good Christian people and good neighbors. And for what it matters, what it's worth to me, and I think to probably several neighbors in the area, it's important to put that on the record.
Sure.
And I appreciate it.
And I appreciate that. I do want to say, again, and I said this at the beginning before we dove off in any of this, my spot here is not to pass judgment on the value of any code that's on the books. And it's not Ms. Greta's spot either. No. And I know some people come in here, and I'm not saying this is Mr. McElhaney either, and think that it's code enforcement or anybody who works for code enforcement for the city, that it's their job to determine the value of any of the codes that are there. It's really their job to make sure they're enforced. And you're right. And I said it the last time, and I said it this time, and I think you latched onto that. There is a place to talk about whether that code is good or not, is valuable or not. But it is constitutional as far as I'm concerned, and there's still a violation.
Understand. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate it. Okay. Ms. Moreau.
All right, we will move on to City of Newberry, Florida versus Edna and Jason Mount. Give Missy just a moment to bring up the video. While she's doing that, just a reminder, this was original hearing from January the 9th of 2025. You signed the order January 31st of 2025. I'm asking the respondents to cure the violation by mowing the backyard and either repairing, replacing, or removing of the pool screen on the property. They were given till March 2nd of 2025. So in the packet, if you'll see, there is a photo, which I didn't add. I apologize that there is a photo in the packet showing the photo that I took on March the 3rd, showing that at this point, I could not tell you if the backyard was mowed. It was, the wintertime had killed all of the grass that was over the fence originally. But however, you can see in the photo that as from yesterday that you're seeing now, that the screen over the pool is still in the same condition that it was.
Okay. Is that all you've got?
That's all I have. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
is there any, nobody's here for the mounts? Okay, if not, then we will find that that property is still not in compliance. There's still a violation there. The fines started on March the 2nd and have accrued every day since then, can be turned into a lien if y'all record such a lien, and that'll be my finding.
All right, number 3 on the agenda is City of Newberry versus Blair, Ayers, and Gibbs. This was hearing on January the 9th of 2025. You signed the ruling on January 31st of 2025. The respondent shall cure the violation by demolition of the dangerous building. I responded to the property on March the 3rd. And that was the condition of the property on March the 3rd. And then I responded yesterday, and that is a condition as of yesterday. It is caved in even more than it was in March. I have another heir has reached out to me last week. I brought her up with what's going on with the property. And I have pulled a demolition permit for the structure, and I have Florence Recycling scheduled for the tear down, the demolition for April the 22nd. The family is aware of that, and I've also spoke with them in regards to the city will work with them after the tear down, and we put a lien, and for the cost, the city will obviously work with them in trying to rectify that lien.
So the city's tearing it down?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's a dangerous situation.
No, I get it. Okay, is that it?
Yes, sir.
Nobody's here for them? Then we will find that there's a continuing violation and that the property is not in compliance, that the fines have been assessed as described in the previous order, and that they can be made a lien on the property so that the city can recover. And also here's the other explanation. All of these liens can also be released, not by me. You've got to go to the city. Once they turn into a lien, the city commission's got to release that lien on them. So that'll be my finding for this property.
Thank you, sir. The only thing that the city has is just our next hearing will be scheduled for Thursday, May the 8th, 2025 at 9 a.m.
All right, give me just a second to see if I can put that on my calendar before we go. But everybody doesn't need to stay for that, so I can sit here and do that. Is that everything we've got?
Yes, sir, for me.
Nothing else?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, then we'll stand adjourned. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.